Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Firefly Tarot, and welcome to our pick a card reading, which is career advice. This topic was suggested by Natalie Claire Reading, so thank you for that. Thank you for everyone for your feedback and for your suggestions. I will try my best to do as many suggestions as I can, provided that it does align with my guidance as well. So I'm excited to do some of these topics. So again, thank you. And if you would like to give your suggestion, just look for my last community post and you can write it there, because otherwise I'll lose track. Oh, and quick announcement before I show you the selections. I am now on Keen. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but it's a website. I think it's an app at this point, and website where you can call in or chat with the psychic. So I just got on there. The prices there are comparable to my prices for my personal readings, but depending on my availability, it'll be something where you can, if you happen to be on at the same time I am, you can call or chat with me there. So I'm going to leave the info below. So here we have the 4 options for career advice. Whatever is going on in your career, we'll see how it resonates for this general reading. Again, if you'd like a personal reading scheduled, it's below. So here we have group number 1. We have sodalite. And sorry if I sound scratchy, I have some vocal cord issues. Group number 2, we have moonstone. I think this is rainbow moonstone, actually. Group number 3, we have goldstone. And group number 4, we have shungite. So these blue cards are the Rider-Waite design, but I have words on them. These were kind of like freebies that I had at the store because it wasn't a complete set. So I wrote some affirmations or some keywords on them. So that's what I'll be pulling for each of the groups, and then I'll alternate to the other deck. So take as much time as you need. You can pause and just go with your intuition. Only watch, please, if it calls to you at this time. If not, you can just click off and then watch at a different time. Okay, so whenever you guys are ready, I will see you at your reading. Hey everyone, this is the reading for those of you who chose group number 1, which is sodalite. So as I mentioned in the intro, these have some words on them, and they're the Rider-Waite design. So I'm gonna just pull one card as sort of like an affirmation card, and then I'll go into the other tarot deck. Spirit, this reading is for group number 1. Please and thank you. We'd like career advice for group number 1, sodalite. Can we have just one card to represent their reading or to give a starting message? Thank you, thank you. Group 1, sodalite. Oh, okay. Very, very interesting. So that's your first card, and then I will get from this. Okay. So this first card is, as you can see, it's the 5 of Swords, but the message is right here. Don't get sucked into petty battles. Okay. So obviously this could be a direct comment on what is going on in your situation. Whether it's at work or in your life in general, there's these petty battles that your guides are kind of just trying to intervene and say, don't get sucked into it. Do not get sucked into that negative energy. If it's not a direct event that's happening and it's a little bit more of a broad message, what they're saying here with regard to your career advice, I think they're asking you to kind of look at the bigger picture a little bit here and saying, like, take a step back, try not to get caught up in things that just don't fit you, things that just are not important to you. They're not significant to your overall path. Just walk away from that, right? So like I said, do not get sucked in. Okay. Spirit, when it comes to your advice specifically for group 1's career, especially in their highest good and in their path ahead, what would you like to tell them? Spirit and or the guides of group 1, what is your best and highest good career advice for them at this particular time that they're watching? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so the first thing that they said here is it is the time to explore a little bit. I'm getting a very short-term energy for this one. This feels like within literally the next 2 hours to 2 days. I think what they're indicating here is that either you're going to be presented with or kind of stumble upon, or they want you to be open to some kind of information or even research or some kind of message regarding your next step. That's why this is a bit more of an immediate message. Okay. So it is like they're saying, be open to something. This could be any number of things depending on what's going on in your life and depending on your guides. But they will very soon be showing you something. So let's say that you randomly get this urge to look up something, and then you click on a link, you click on a page, and then all of a sudden you see this thing and it just feels right to you. Okay, so that's one example. Some other examples obviously could be, again, anything else. It could be like a sign that you see, literally like you're reading a sign on the street and you're walking. It could be something that someone says to you. What their point of and their advice, the first advice, is to be as open as you can to what Spirit has for you and to the opportunities that can be coming towards you. The reason why this is important, both energetically and just mentally, is because if we're closed to things, we cannot even have any chance of experiencing that positivity, that good opportunity for us, right? So for example, if let's say that you have this thought process that usually shoots something down, or you shoot yourself down, you're immediately shutting down that opportunity from even approaching you. So this is mental and energetic, because you can draw it towards you and you can just be open just within your own mental space. Okay, so what's the career advice? I feel like they're giving you this first piece of career advice because you are kind of set to expand soon within your careers. I don't know if there is some feeling of anxiety or heaviness, too much obligation, or burnout, but I've had to pause twice to catch my breath during this reading, and usually that's me, but I kind of feel like it's a combined energy here, so I'm not really sure what that's about, but it did feel quite heavy. So some of you may be set to expand soon, or maybe you have directly been thinking about expansion, whether it's to expand your skills, to try out a different career path entirely, or maybe even just a career environment, right? It could be something within your specific skill set as well, kind of like, oh, I want to learn to do this thing, Okay, and what just passed there, I'm assuming that was a helicopter. That is an unusual sound for this area at this time. I wonder if that means something there. Spirit, what is the next piece of career advice you have for group 1? Sodalite, thank you. I mean, you're getting all kinds of noises, but I don't know how I always manage to do the readings in like the rush hour. Like, oops, sorry. So what else, please? Okay, so this is a bit more pointed. This first message with the Page of Wands is showing more of that hopeful, optimistic, kind of abstract, broad energy. Whereas the Ten of Swords, it kind of is taking you right back to center and saying, hey, something has to come to an end, and quickly. I don't know what this is, though, because everyone has a different situation. Some of you, it's obvious, and you're like, okay, I am done with this job. I am done with these people. I am done with this, whatever. It could be like project. It could be, field. Like, it could be anything. But you are so done. Now, this reminds me of the reading I did for June. If you did miss that, check it out. It's the one I did right before this one, for the entire month of June. So maybe you were in that group, because I remember saying that. So yeah, this energy is coming through. So the advice from Spirit and your guides is it's not exactly them saying like you have to end something, but they're actually just highlighting your own feelings about this. It's almost like they didn't have to tell you. They're kind of just like shining the mirror on it, and they're saying, hey, like they're kind of poke you on the shoulder and say like, hey, remember how you feel about this thing? It's time. It's like that, okay? What else, please? So this is really nice. We have here the Six of Wands. I hesitate to flip the next card for some reason. We have the Strength card. Oh, I see. Some of you might be hesitant regarding, when I see the Strength card, I often think of things like skills and talents, obviously because it could be a strength of yours. So there could be some of you who are a bit afraid or hesitant to either exercise your current skills or, I guess, expand yourself to learn new ones. Now, here's the thing about that skill. Whatever it is that you have been thinking about, maybe you feel intuitively pulled to either learn something or go back to something, meaning your skills, talents, abilities, whatever this might be. This feels right. I mean, to me, it feels right. It may not feel right to you in the moment because of fear, but if you let go of the fear for a moment, you're going to be able to see that this feels right. So what does that mean for your career? Well, it's interesting. That could mean a lot, actually. It could change things for you. I always have to come back to this example because it's, to me, one of the best examples of my life where this was relevant. Before I started this tarot channel 5.5 years ago, I was not a skilled tarot reader. I barely remembered the cards at all. I had learned how to do it, like, well, I don't know, like 7 years prior to that. But I didn't think that I knew what I was doing at all. And so I was like, okay, I'm clearly getting a nudge from my guides here. It just felt like this overwhelming wave of energy. And I took that as a yes from the universe. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to take you up on that. I'm going to try it. I'm going to just work with the doubts that I have and just push through it. So I grabbed my book, got the websites, got like my little, cheat sheet when I had it up on the laptop, like whatever I had to do to remember some of the meanings I meant to say. And I just went with it. And through practice and persistence and whatnot, I became better at the skill, right? So that is, I wanted to share that with you because I feel like a lot of you may be doubtful of yourself. But if we all listen to that doubt, then it wins, and then we never get to that other side where something beautiful can happen, okay? So I'm glad that I listened to my guides and pushed through, and here I am, right? So for you guys, whatever this is, you will be successful. Whatever it is you are wanting to develop, I can only really just recommend to not be afraid, okay? Let me just get one more card for that, Spirit. What is the message here? Thank you. Okay, does this want to come out? I guess not. All right. Here's what's funny. You may have already received signs and nudges and pushes and synchronicities and everything. If you haven't, you will, okay? So with this particular thing. So some of you already are aware of what this is. And again, just, go for it. Others of you, if you're not sure, just give it a little bit more time to kind of reach. It's almost reaching you through the air. I don't know why they said that. It's something in the air, but we'll see. And your guides will make it very clear. Spirit, what else do we need to know for group number 1? Career advice for group 1. Sodalite, thank you. Oh, wonderful. Okay, so this one, I always feel like it doesn't really need to be explained, right? The sun. This is brightness and happiness, okay? This is you taking steps, whether it's directly in your short term or an eventual thing. Doesn't matter when, because this will happen if you will it to happen, if you're in alignment with this. I know that sounds like a weird thing to say. Someone might ask, why would we not want our happiness? And that's a complicated question. So provided that you believe that you are worthy of this and that this can happen, it will happen, okay? So I do feel that this is part of your, I guess you could call it your destined future relating to your career path especially, but you do have to align with that, as you can see. So it's a little hard to say specifically what this is. This is more, again, of a broad sort of a message for you. But going back to the beginning over here, you're exploring things, you're ending cycles that don't fit you. So to comment on the 10 of Swords, we're seeing that something now or in the recent past is not aligned with your actual happiness regarding your career. Some people do also tend to think that certain career conditions are just not possible. Like, oh, I have to put up with this horrible, toxic work environment because of this or that. I can't ever have happiness in my career because of whatever. So that would be an example of how we limit ourselves unintentionally because of those thoughts. So what Spirit is advising you to do at this time, again, one more time, is to align with your happiness. And the first way that you do that, besides exploring, is by manifesting the ending of this painful cycle. So I guess I can say, like, if there's an aspect of your current situation or career path that does not align with your happiness, or if I'll say the entire thing does not align with your happiness, you are allowed to manifest your way out of that. You are allowed to claim this energy that it's time for that to end. It's time for that cycle to end and to start this new cycle of happiness, this new beginning. So for what I am seeing here, this is going to happen. It's not even necessarily based off of like only your own free will. I feel this is meant for you. I feel that you're meant to have career happiness in this lifetime. See, so we have the Chariot. You're going to move forward. You're going to keep going. For some reason, they mentioned January, but this is a timeless reading, so I don't know what that has to do with. Maybe they're commenting on a new beginning. You know, I get New Year vibes where it could just be talking about a new chapter coming towards you soon. So when I'm posting this, it's June 11th, 2025. But this is still approaching you soon. Like, that's all they're saying, because depending on when you're watching. So the energy is moving. I'm really feeling a good vibration here. So going back to the first message card, don't get sucked into petty battles. Yeah, so sometimes when I see the Five of Swords, I get the impression that whether it's a conflict or some kind of issue, it is going to be over with soon. It's just petty. It's not a significant thing. It's not something you have to deal with on a significant level. Okay, so we have the Moon and the Three of Wands. From here, I'm feeling a little bit more of a 5D message. Something to say that something in the beyond the 5D in the background is elevating for you, ascending, evolving, something definitely traveling towards you as well. Okay, any other messages, Spirit? Career advice for Group 1. I think that's pretty much it, because with the Seven of Swords, it is talking about sort of like a step-by-step approach, getting those strategies and really having one foot in front of the other. And this fits with what I was about to say. This reading, I've been in a funky mindset. I've been almost like in a brain fog. I felt detached. I felt like I was confused. I don't know if that is like a physical thing for some of you, but if this is energetic, I am feeling there's a bit of a spaciness right now. So I don't know if it's for that reason or if it's just related. What we're seeing here is that in the near future, the next 3 to 4 months, even 5 months for some of you, you might feel like you're stepping with one foot in front of the other, but you have no idea how you're doing it. You have no idea exactly the answers or how to get there or the clarity in front of you, but you're still going to get exactly where you need to get to. So that's interesting. Final message, advice, guidance for Group 1 and their career advice. Yeah, try not to get in your own way, Group 1. Because here it does show, again, that sort of closed offness, even though there is this gift or opportunity right there. Okay, so because I was so confused and in a fog, I'm going to see if I can shift my brain for a second here and recap what we just went over, right? So your career advice, the first one was don't get sucked into petty battles, so let things just release and roll off and move forward. Be open to explore new strengths and paths and opportunities. Let the cycle of whatever does not fit with your happiness end. Any painful cycles, let it end. Release that. Then here, all of this is you refocusing onto your successful and happy path with your career. You might be surprised at the results, okay? A lot of you, 90% of you, have a specific talent and skill that either you already possess or you're going to soon, and that is going to be a big component of your spiritual career aligned path. And finally, just keep going. Just keep going no matter how you're confused or how to get there. Just keep going, and your guides are closely following. I hope that all made sense. Please let me know. So Group 1, I will leave it there. And if you want, instead of personal reading, the link is below. And again, I mentioned I'm on Keen now, and which is this call-in chat website that I will put all the info below. Thank you guys so very much. I hope it helped, and I will see you next time, okay? Blessings. Bye-bye. Hey guys, this is the reading for those of you who chose group number 2, which is the moonstone pendulum. So we're first going to get the worded message here just from this deck, and then I'll move into the tarot. Spirit, this reading is for group number 2, moonstone. Please and thank you. We'd like a message for their career, their advice for their career and at their particular point in their path right now. Thank you, thank you. Spirit, starting message for group 2. Okay, pretty solid and classic advice. We have here the 8 of Pentacles, which says one step at a time. Okay, sorry for the background noise today. So I do feel that you're already taking it one step at a time, and I feel that you are or have recently learned how to do this, how to really pace yourselves, how to maybe maximize your potential or something like that. There is a lot of patience and resilience that comes with this, but I'm also really getting an amped up level of dedication. Maybe some of you either recently or currently, or it could even be in the near future, depending on, obviously where you are in your path. Many of you, I think, have learned to master your habits and the little steps, the little ways that make up our day and therefore make up our lives. And so it kind of looked almost like it was a magical thing, like this mini miracle where all you had to do was make these small changes, but they were not actually small. They added up to a lot. So I don't know if that resonates exactly, but that's what we're seeing here. So as you can see, it's not necessarily advice, but it is, I think, a nice confirmation. Okay, so Spirit, now moving forward, please. What energies are coming towards them in their career? What is your advice in their highest good of when they're watching this? Thank you for group 2. So sometimes with the 4 of Cups, I would get a different message, but I'm getting for you guys to pause, okay? Take a step back for a second. Here's one important reason why you can't see everything yet. There is something currently that is hidden from your view, not in necessarily a deceptive way. I mean, maybe some of you, it could be that, but I am seeing here that you don't have all the info yet, okay? So they said the phrase kind of like, you don't have all the facts yet. And that is a really good piece of advice because, that's something you may not have known. How could you have known that? So I'm not sure if you were trying to move forward with, for example, a decision, some type of action, some type of new beginning in some way. This is not telling you not to do it. They're not saying no to you, the universe. They're just saying, hey, wait a minute, just wait a second, because there's more information coming. This information or this, whatever is going on, this energy is going to come through in the near future. I have to figure out when. It's coming soon. But it is going to make a difference. For some of you, it's going to make a substantial difference, a significant difference. So, I mean, obviously this depends on your situation, but if you make the decision prematurely, at least from Spirit's point of view here, you're going to see that new information come in and you will probably be like, oh man, I should have just waited for that thing. Like, you know what I mean? I should have just waited for that to come in. Now, quick note, always follow your intuition, okay? Because you never know. This is a general reading. Even if it was a personal one, I would say the same thing. Always follow your intuition. If you are not sure of your intuition, ask your guides and just trust, okay? For what I can see here, that was the message. So we'll see. If you can pause and wait a little bit, that's great. Some of you can't because of whatever deadlines or this or that. Just know that if you can take a little break in breathing space, and if you can delay a little bit, that would be great. In terms of the timing of when this sort of will shift, yes, I did get something, but I hesitate. I got, for some of you, it would be 2 weeks from whenever you're watching this. Others of you, it could extend to 3 weeks. But if that doesn't resonate with your current circumstances, because obviously it could be all over the board here, it's coming soon. That's all you need to know. Okay, so that's career advice. Now, I'm getting the vibe that, I don't know if this is the case, but it does feel like you guys in group 2 are more maybe situated already, kind of a little bit more established in a lot of ways. Maybe you do already, feel good about your career path, like you've already been walking this path for a while, versus like you have no idea what you would like to do. I mean, at least for most of you, that's what I'm feeling. So then what is the next advice you have for them, please, group 2? They did say something like stand strong with the Strength card and the 10 of Wands, because something is, very difficult to hold up, okay? The King of Cups is showing this energy of someone who is making a lot of clear and wise decisions from a standpoint of being and feeling emotionally balanced and peaceful. Yes, this King of Cups is very tired from having to hold up a lot of things, responsibilities, obligations, just a lot of energy in general. But you're doing it well. You're doing it very gracefully, in fact. So this may not be for everyone. I'll get a little bit more. But what they're saying here is that this is the energy to embody right now. For example, if you did have to make some kind of a decision, if you did have to take some action, and let's say that you felt very anxious about it, you felt impulsive regarding this, that is not the way to go, is what they're saying. The way to approach whatever's next is only when you feel centered, and therefore you can feel more clear-minded. Anything else about that? Same thing, got the same exact message here. We did see with the Temperance card, feels also a little bit relieving and healing here, but they are indicating balance and something specific to emotions. So that could relate to a lot of things. If we feel highly emotional, if it's something having to do with high emotions, or intense emotions, they're just asking that you call upon that feeling, like peace and being centered and being more emotionally balanced. I don't know. See how that resonates. Let me know. What else, please? What is your career advice for group 2? Thank you. Okay. One additional thing came through when I just thought about all the noise that you're getting outside. Try not to be influenced by the noise pollution and energy pollution that's out there. As much as you can, stay grounded and protected and cleansed from external stuff that could influence you negatively. Okay, I don't know if that resonates, but for some of you, you might have some of that noise pollution or energy pollution, meaning, just stuff that really is not meant to be a part of this decision or this situation. And so protect yourself, okay? Because a lot of you might kind of feel tugged in different directions by either this person's complaints or negative feelings or this person's criticisms. Try to protect yourself from that, because that is not going to serve you. And it's something that you need to cleanse away in order to proceed anyway. Okay, so we have the same card. Very nice. So lots of confirmation here. Continue this for sure. The Eight of Pentacles, continue, all of that hard work. Same message. When I said continue, they said the same thing. Keep going with the Chariot card, okay? And I do see that happening regardless. No one's going to stop you. Whatever this is, you will not be stopped or delayed or anything. You are determined, not just that, but you are on the right track. When I say right track, I just mean one that is aligned with your inner energies, your intuition, your guides, your path as a whole. So it's very exciting. I don't know exactly where you're wanting to get to, but you're really approaching it with amazing grace and focus. What else is your advice? Please and thank you. Okay, so we have the Ace of Cups. You probably already do this, but this is really just simply saying follow your heart. Continue to follow your heart. And the reason why I feel that they're saying it is because if you do follow this energy that feels right to you within your heart, within your gut, then you will ultimately and inevitably be led to the right flow of direction. They showed your heart chakra leading you towards this energy stream that will ultimately bring you to some powerful destination. I hesitate to use the word destination, though, because I feel like you're being very present. I feel like you're just taking it one step at a time. And like a lot of you may not even think about destination, quote unquote, like it's this unfolding destination, if you will, right? But you're being led in exactly the right place. Okay. Anything else? They're not really, I have to say, they're not giving me much advice because I feel like you got this. Like, I feel like I feel like you're already on the best and highest good path. So I guess my only other advice would be, if you want some additional messages, you can totally look back at any of my other pick-a-cards that you feel drawn to. Many of them are timeless, and just click on it and just see what it says. So yeah, Page of Wands. The energy itself can be increasing soon. There's like more fire, more passion, more curiosity. There's a lot coming in. There's a lot that you're attracting. There's a lot that's generally just drawing towards you. They said July, but they didn't tell me at all why. I just feel like maybe it's just relevant to what's coming through. If you're not watching this when I'm posting it, though, it's just the same thing. It could be like a month's time from now is relevant where the energy is coming towards you. What's going on here with the Five of Cups? Is there any advice? What's the message, please? Thank you. Okay, so here's the combo that you're getting. Five of Cups, Page of Pentacles. I'm a little confused, Spirit. Can you explain what is this message for them regarding their career or their path? Okay, so it has something to do with your success and your victory moving forward. Okay, but why the Five of Cups, please? Oh, okay. It's a lot simpler than I thought. Sometimes in my readings, I will often get pages that come through as messengers or even guides, right? And the way that this is, the shape that it's forming, it looks extremely protective of you because it's on either side. This Seven of Pentacles is paired with the Five of Cups, is showing us that you basically, essentially, you still have to be patient for something. Because the Five of Cups is showing a huge feeling of either loss, longing, or dissatisfaction with a particular aspect of your career or, goal, like whatever it is that you're working on or working towards. However, the Seven of Pentacles is confirming, it's not really advice, but it is confirming that something is still coming towards you. But the amount of time I would love to give you, it's just different for everyone. So they're asking you, and that, I guess that's the advice, is just continue to be patient for that particular thing. Now, the good news is that you don't have to be patient for the entire thing. Good stuff is coming to you much sooner, if anything, if it hasn't already begun. But there is a particular thing of your path that has not shown itself yet. And there's a very good reason for that, okay? It has to do, I'm assuming, with the entirety of your spiritual growth and development, but particularly the alignment of how things will come together, and it is gonna be awesome, okay? It is gonna be so worth the wait, but you do have to let them do their thing. You guys probably already have seen how it works, like the gears are shifting, everything has to align, the puzzle pieces come into place, they fall into place, and that is when you're gonna see your 100% 10 of cups kind of thing, like full satisfaction. But if it's that good, it is going to take time. They're not saying too much more, so is there any final messages for the career advice group 2? Thank you. It does look like you are trying to decide something. Is there an advice there? It may not have approached some of you yet. Others of you, you're smack dab in the middle of a decision right now with regard to your career. So that's coming. You don't have to really worry about this. You got 3 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles. Is that advice? Your guides are being a little hush-hush. And I think the reason for that is either that you're not meant to know something yet, or they trust you so much to, like, you're it's almost like you don't need the map. If you're walking this path, like they don't need to give you anything because you're figuring it out. You're feeling the guidance. So here with the Fool, this is probably the advice here where they could be asking you to have courage to take a leap of faith, or to just go, like take the leap of faith, something like that. Either way, something is still sorting itself through. Your guides will be coming through to work with you. Some of you, there could be some expansion on its way, or even travel for a lesser number of you. But yeah, the advice here is that you may be being called soon to take a leap of faith, and you won't know it yet. Some of you won't know it just yet. But when it comes through and the opportunity comes through, you're going to see it and you can't miss it. Others of you, if you already know what this is, just keep going, because again, there's still some things developing, and you're going to be probably very pleased to have given it the full time to, basically to unfold. So I feel like that's it. Like they just really wanted to keep it short and sweet for you guys, because again, I explained before, it's like you already have a very good handle on things. So I guess we'll leave it there. So so group 2, thank you so much. I do hope it resonated. But if you want a personal reading instead, the info is below for my Calendly site. But like I said in the intro, I'm also on Keen now, which is where you can call in and chat with the psychic. So I'll put all that info below. Sorry about the noise again. I don't know what's going on. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you soon, okay? Blessings. Bye-bye. Hey guys, this is the reading for those of you who chose group number 3, which is Goldstone. So I'm just going to grab one card here. It's the worded messages, and then I'll go into the tarot. Spirit, this reading is for group number 3. Please and thank you, Goldstone. Can we please have just one card of advice or just any starting message for group 3 that they need to hear at this particular time in their path, in their highest good? Thank you, thank you. What is your message for group number 3? Okay, I'm getting a little bit of I guess it's a hesitation energy. Let me see if that's just me. I don't know. Oh, okay, I get it now. So you got Speak, Queen of Swords. So maybe that's why I felt, I want to call it hesitation, but even that is, I guess it was a mixture of hesitation, confusion, and blockage. Okay. So this could resonate in many different ways, depending on your situation, but whatever it is that you're dealing with right now, or even in the near future, you may feel strongly that you want to speak up. And that is their first piece of advice to you, is to speak, specifically speak your truth and speak your power, or like stand in your power as you speak, okay? There's a lot more background I can say where this is coming from. So let's see how all of this is going to relate. If this is not a specific, just one situation or event or like whatever energy, this is, if it's more of like a broad message for you, they're asking you to speak your truth when it comes to the entirety of your career path. So speak the truth of what makes you happy. Speak the truth of what you really want and what your needs are in terms of career path. And I would say really significant here is speaking your boundaries too. And we all know how that is important, because a lot of times with workplaces, especially negative or toxic places, they tend to abuse that, abuse people's boundaries, unfortunately. Can we have the career advice for group 3? Goldstone, thank you. What is your career advice for group 3? Okay, you got another sword, and this is even bigger than the other sword. Okay, Ace of Swords. So now we're getting more into the realm of clarity and maybe spiritual truth and clarity, okay, in addition to mental clarity. So before you move forward, before we do anything, they're asking you to really think clearly about your path, to really come to a state of clarity and truth with yourself. And then once you do that, you'll be able to claim that energy. You'll be able to put that out there into the universe and say, guides and divine and universe, this is what I want. This is I claim this, I don't know any other way to say it than that. So if you're not sure of what this is, again, that's what they're asking you to do now, is to develop that clarity. So some of you, it could be through reflecting and, just exploring, maybe just, maybe you can do some journal writing or even like talking it out or whatever. Maybe you can use crystals. I'm not getting a ton of how you're going to do it, but I just see that you will do it and you're being called to do it in any way that you can. Just one advice for that and how to do that. Well, you got to get some alone time, I think. And then you have to also probably call upon your guides, or one specific guide even. This is going to help to rejuvenate you, to have a little bit of alone time, maybe some time in nature. Yeah, I think that getting some fresh air and whatnot is going to be great. Some of you might even use tarot or some kind of other divination tool, such as a pendulum, to get some clarity. But I feel like the clarity is really more so going to happen as a confirmation of what you already feel within yourself, because I think our soul carries a lot of our own answers. Okay, so what else? Moving forward, what is your career advice for group 3? Thank you. More guides. We have them here with the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So your guides are here standing by to... Okay, I don't know why we get so many motorcycles. Like, is it... it's like constantly motorcycles on this avenue. So here are your guides standing by to help you to write your story and your path. The reason why they're standing by, they're kind of waiting for you a little bit here, is because they're wanting you to exercise your free will. The sort of like they said something like maximum potential or something like that. The wide scope of your free will. They want you to be happy. And I think that for you guys in particular, one of the important elements of your happiness is the freedom to choose your path, the freedom, and I guess like that in itself, your own freedom, autonomy, independence on your path. So that could obviously give some clues as to what's going on in your career path, your highest good career path. Okay, what else, please? Career advice for group number 3. This is a little bit of a different message, but I'm seeing here with the 6 of Cups, you're discussing something with someone soon. Possibly, wait, what's today? I don't even know what date it is. It could be within 1 week's time, because they said something about Wednesday, or if you're watching when I'm posting it could be today. They're mentioning a significant communication you're going to have soon with a soul connection of yours, whether it's a friend, a soulmate, a family member, whoever this is. I don't know why they're bringing this up. I mean, I could guess that it's relevant, and maybe it's something that will act as a confirmation for your own intuition. This person, there's a really good energy here. There's a loving energy here that you're having with this person. And maybe they're just helping you to talk it out. Maybe they're just giving you some loving advice and just reminding you of some things. So whether this has already happened or not, and well, it could happen soon, just watch out for that. Be on the lookout for that. And it'll be really helpful. In fact, this person is acting as a guide in that moment. So this person could be just... asking you some questions, helping you to talk it out, and they're really helping you to sort through your own feelings and clarity about your career. Whether that's you want a career change, you want a situation change, whatever it might be. Like, again, the name of the game here is clarity and then speaking your truth. Okay, what else? Career advice. With the 2 of Pentacles here, okay, again, we're just seeing some kind of a decision that you're making. But they also did tell me just now as I was shuffling, they said something like, it is what you make it, or something like that, like you are what you make of it. I don't know exactly what they said, but I think what they're trying to say here is like your actions and your steps that you're about to take are basically going to be what creates the next energy for you in your career path. And that makes sense, because they're basically just showing you again that independence and free will that you have. You are going to be the manifester of your path. You are not necessarily right now at the mercy of the universe and random things. They're saying that this is a lot closer to home than that. You're going to be step by step creating this. And that's not to pressure you. That's just to show you that you can do this. So for example, like, I guess this is a pretty relevant example. If you do want to do something like start your own thing, whether it's a business, a social media page, something with writing, something with creating, or, you know, whatever it might be, something more structured, they're showing you that you have every freedom to choose to do that and then to just start building. I mean, obviously there's certain things that you won't be able to control in terms of like whatever outcomes, future stuff, but in the immediate future, they're showing you that. They're showing you those pieces. Another thing that just came to my mind is education. Like if you do want to get into whatever it might be, like, you know, getting a degree in this or that, you know, whatever it is, or like a specialization of some sort. Yeah. And that's very doable, right? But obviously, like, you would be at an advantage if you did have the clarity first. So that's why they put those two cards as your starting message. Okay, what else, please? What else is your career advice? I mean, this is the same thing, you know. I am seeing you take small steps to get started. And they are saying that, not to say, you know, it's going to be a ton of work that you can't handle. This is more like a realistic level of work ahead of you. So again, going back to the education example, like it is hard work to get these things. It is, or to open a business. Of course, it's a lot of hard work, but they're saying like, as long as you're in alignment with your path, meaning it feels good to you, you are following what feels right to you, all of that, and you're getting a lot of confirmation too. It won't be this impossible, strenuous task. In fact, it'll be enjoyable because you're going to feel good about it every step of the way and it feels right for you. So if it's in alignment with your truth, it will be something you can handle every step of the way, I think. Okay, so we have the Devil card here. What is the message and the advice for this? Thank you. Oh, I see. I suspected this at first, but I didn't say it, but now I got my confirmation. Some of you might be dealing with some underlying fears regarding what someone has said to you or what someone will say to you. Okay, so you may want to put a little star next to this and put it somewhere if it hasn't happened yet. Someone either has or will say something very negative towards you, I think. Okay, group 3, be on the lookout for this. If this has already happened, then it might happen again in a different form where all it will take is one comment or one thought that might end up kind of scaring you away. Okay? Yeah. Someone may say something, and in a strange way, it's like just as needed as this initial loving connection or communication that you got over here by someone else. Because this was something that you were meant to hear and meant to be afraid of for the purposes of overcoming this. On your spiritual path relating to your career, I do feel that you were meant to have this fear so that you can go on, like basically flip to the other side of it. And on the other side of that fear is actually freedom. So that is why they're taking a good minute here to explain this. This is the advice of I don't know when it's coming though, because again, it may have already happened. If you feel like you've already healed from this fear, that is great. If not, just know like that you're being called to continue that healing, and again, that it might come through again as a trigger. Oh boy. Okay, so what is protect yourself, of course, protect your energy. If you are in the midst of negative people, let's say, especially if you're around negative people. Yeah, it's giving me this blockage feeling here where there is a big fear to open yourself up to something or to see something within yourself, perhaps. For example, like seeing your true potential. That's just one example. What else? Any final advice for this piece here? Thank you. Okay. I don't know if some of you, there's a significance with family. Obviously, that could have been relevant to something in the past if you heard some negative things, some of you. If not, it's more so, well, it's also speaking about the future here. I do see the Ten of Cups as your happy future potential with your career path. You're going to be, again, I feel like you're going to be extremely satisfied with what you've built for yourself in the future. But what's the advice, though? Well, for here, this is a pretty simple message, is just to have faith, okay? Even when you feel low, even when you feel like it's impossible or you feel doubtful, just have faith, okay? We'll keep it there. Just have faith in this. Any other final messages of advice or guidance for their career, specifically group 3? The Four of Swords. And the Lovers. So this, I don't know if this is exactly advice, but they are saying that something that you love or will love to do, or will love the idea of, or just something that's extremely going to resonate with you, is on its way. The energy is still dormant a little bit. It will be waking up soon. They're not really giving me an amount of time, but it could be anywhere between, I would probably say 3 weeks to 3 months for most of you, okay? So that's when it's coming, and that's going to be helpful because it's going to give you energy. It's going to give you this burst of motivation and determination and ambition. Honestly, it's going to hit you as a high, maybe. It's going to make you just shoot right up in your energy there. I mean, do with that what you want, but I guess, like, you know, from my personal experience, it's kind of tough because a high usually kind of crashes eventually. So if you want, you can just ground yourself and just see how you can take practical steps moving forward for that. But anyway, can we have a final message, please, for career advice for group number 3? Thank you. Just keep going. Just keep going. And you don't have to rush either. You don't have to rush or feel rushed even if someone is literally rushing you. Try not to play into that. Try not to feed into that, or if it's coming from yourself as well. Just take your time, breathe through it. Really pace yourself in however feels comfortable and relaxed for you. So again, so that you can get clarity. Deep breaths and meditation are always a great way to get clarity. And again, if you can go outside, if weather permits, and just to clear your head. If you tend to be in your head too much, kind of overthinking, get it out of your head. Journal it or breathe it out and just take that time. Okay, so group 3, I do get lost when I do my readings, so please let me know if that resonated and made sense, because at the end of it, I have no idea what I just said, but I hope it helped, okay? If you want a personal reading, the info is below, and I did mention the intro, I'm on Keen now, so I'll leave that below. It's where you can call into the psychic or do a chat with them, and I'll put that below for my account. Thank you guys once again, sending you many blessings, and I will see you next time, okay? Take care, bye-bye. Hey everyone, this is the reading for those of you who chose group number 4, which is the shungite. Okay, so we're going to get the first worded message here, and then I'll just go into the other deck. Spirit, this reading is for group number 4, please and thank you. Career advice, or do you have just one starting card for them that they need to hear in their highest good at this time? Thank you. Okay, so career advice, please, group 4, shungite. Thank you. Okay. All right. Slid right under the laptop. Okay. So group 4, this is really interesting. You have the 3 of Wands, and the written message is travel or expansion. Okay. So obviously this is going to depend on your situation. See if it resonates with your current situation. So maybe a smaller number of you, I would probably say like around 20% of you, that travel and relocation in some way is relevant. If that's not relevant, then in any other capacity, expansion is relevant right now, or it will be. So let's go with the first one for a second here. So I'm not sure if you've been thinking about traveling, relocating, doing something different. Some of you, it could be literally, well, I mean, I guess the biggest move would be if you want to move to another country or move to another state, move to another, even like some of you could be moving to a different office, for example. But whatever the case is, the answer is coming to you really soon. In fact, you already know within your soul and your intuition what is right to do. The only thing that's next for you, not even missing, is, I probably would guess, either confirmation from the divine or just the alignment of things. It's coming really, really soon. Okay, I hope I'm right about this, but 2 weeks to 2 months is what I got. Definitely not 2 years, okay? I'm laughing because you guys got the doggy in the window. I'm looking at a dog's, just like the face of the dog looking over the car window. It's gone now. I don't know why. It just always reminds me of the Fool card. So it's like new beginning. So with expansion, probably it's the same amount of time. It is coming within the near future. This is a timeless reading, by the way, so whenever you're watching this, whatever the case is, oh boy, that was loud. Whatever the case is, you guys are moving on up, okay? Moving on, moving forward, or moving on up in some way. So for some of you, I don't know how many of you exactly, because situation dependent here, but there could be something like a promotion in the midst here, or some kind of way that you're expanding yourself, because like, let's say a promotion is not necessarily relevant to your situation. You're still expanding within either like the scope of your goal, the scope of your skill set, and maybe even responsibilities, depending on what you want to do. But this is positive. This energy is positive in all ways. I am seeing it. It's a fully rounded positive energy. I do wish I knew more about your situation, but whatever the case is, I am all for it. I love this. I don't know if that would be considered advice, because again, some of you probably already knew that, or it's even just a prediction. But for this deck, Spirit, for group number 4, what is the direct advice now? For some of you, if you really feel like you just have no idea what to do or where to go, for a smaller number of you, I did get the message, and it sounds funny, but they said something like go with the wind. What they mean by that, I think, is just, it is kind of like going with the flow. Just be open to whether it's signs, guidance, or even your own ideas. It is gonna come to you soon if you relax and just go with it, okay? Really relax though. Try not to overthink this. I know it's hard to do. Spirit, what is the career advice that we have for group number 4? Shungite, thank you. I am feeling like you were kind of using the pendulum. Maybe some of you want to do some divination work soon. I did see you using an actual pendulum though. I personally don't use pendulums because I think I overthink the heck out of it, but some of you were doing it and I was getting it going this way. It was going up and down, which to me means yes, I don't know. But if you are called to use whether it's a pendulum or any tool at all in the near future, I do think they're encouraging that. Maybe not to make a decision, but more so to get, to get more involved with using these tools to help you for guidance, because your guides are actually waiting to communicate with you, group 4, in many different ways. They're just waiting to give you these signs. They're burning they're itching to give you these signs and synchronicities that are leading you in the right direction. They also just gave me the word home. So that makes sense too, because like if we're doing it metaphorically, it's like they're calling you towards the career path that feels good to you. It feels like home to you, a sense of belonging. There could be a literal significance with the word home, because some of you, if you were trying to figure out, okay, where do I go? Whatever home means to you, you know? I think they're just confirming here. They actually did say something like follow the signs. Obviously, it's up to you and your free will, but that's what they said. Here with the 8 of Pentacles, I kind of feel like a lot of you are going to jump right back into just doing what you were doing previously. So it's almost like you're just getting back into the almost like the daily grind. However, it doesn't end there. This is only going to be what your instinct, your natural instinct is just go back to doing whatever you were doing because of habit. But that's a facade, I think. Okay, let's see. I'm getting that you're going to be very surprised in the near future. I already got the time frame, right? 2 weeks to 2 months. You're going to just be doing whatever you're doing, what you were previously doing. And then all of a sudden, you're going to get some thing that's going to interrupt that automatic track that you were on. And when I say automatic track, I just mean, like, again, going back to the daily habit or the whatever status quo, what was going on in your career or job path. You're going to be very surprised. I want to know how it happens. If you want to let me know and come back to this reading, I think it's going to happen in a very mysterious way. It could be any number of things, but unique to you. I want to explain to you a vision that I saw just for you guys, but it sounds ridiculous. And the reason why is my visions, they tend to come through symbolically. So you were doing what you were doing. Picture yourself at your regular job now. And this is assuming that you want things to change. So let's assume that for a second. So you were doing the sort of menial tasks and just like, I'm here doing this thing again, right? Now, I see you looking up, getting sort of distracted or called, in fact. It's not that you were distracted. It's that your guides were nudging you in reality. And you look towards it could be a glass door. It could be a window. It could be anything that's reflective, whatever it might be. And you look at this thing. I can't believe I'm getting you this sign. This happened by accident. I have readings that talk about what signs are coming to you. It might have overlapped. So you're looking at this glass thing, and you see a figure. Sorry to sound scary. You see a figure in the glass, and this is the ridiculous part I'm getting to. I see a masculine figure, but this masculine figure is holding a cone of ice cream. And it's like pink ice cream. I've never gotten something so random before. I mean, I have. What am I saying? So here's how I am interpreting it as my visions come through. It's almost like something that is aligning with almost like the sweetness, right? Whether it's something that makes you happy, it's something that aligns with maybe your inner child, it's something that is showing you that there are better and sweeter things of life, and you can have this thing. Okay, there is this opportunity that your guides are going to present to you. I don't know if it's before or after the vision though, but you're going to see this soon. And please let me know if something weird happens to you in the next 2 weeks to 2 months, because it's going to hit you differently. That's just the general collective vision, but everyone it will translate to something different. Okay. Oh my God, I am dying to know what this is going to be for you. So yeah, that could be a direct guide, like a spiritual guide that you have on your spirit team. It could be even an ancestor or something like that. But they're going to show you. They're going to be like, hey, it doesn't have to be this way. It doesn't have to be this, I guess, dull or monotonous or unsatisfying thing. You can have this opportunity. You can have this happiness or like this joy. I kind of went off there. With the Justice card, maybe this, for only some of you, has to do with like a legal matter or a contract or something. So let me first get the advice for that, if that is the case. Or it also could relate to a future thing where, for example, if you are moving, there could be some talk about like a lease, for example. Okay. So with the Ace of Wands and the Nine of Swords, I mean, very different energies here. I can only imagine that the Nine of Swords is talking about something you're worrying about and you have chronically been worrying about. But the Ace of Wands showing through here with this fire energy is giving me a good feeling. It's a good vibration. It's a yes. It's a go, a green light. I don't know if maybe you're worried about, if it's not literally contracts or something legal, let's open up that meaning there. It could be an agreement. You might be worried about something having to do with an agreement or even an implied agreement that you have with something or someone. But just look at this Ace of Wands. Look at the energy and the power behind this. leading me to say that whatever it is you're being called to now is just so powerful and so promising in its positive potential that it can't be wrong. That's kind of how I guess I wanted to phrase that. So there's essentially what I'm saying is like, there is nothing to worry about. This can't be wrong. This is so right. Like, whatever is this thing, it just feels so right. Please let me know what this is. Like, I am in suspense here. I love this. It's like a story that's unfolding. You guys are, if you are like, not that this matters with numbers and groups, but if you happen to be a chronic group 4, I feel like you guys are definitely like dreamers and explorers and even like storytellers to a degree, where your own story is constantly unfolding in this exciting way. So just see it through, you know? Any other career advice? So here with the 6 of Wands and the 10 of Wands, it's really interesting, this contrast, because it's showing that it's almost like you are equating your success and victory with like an impossible burden. What is that? What is this burden? What is this burden? I feel like this is it even could be for some of you, your perspective on something. Others of you, it could be an actual burden in terms of like time and obligation. But it is showing that it's like too attached. It's like you associate, it's almost as if to say the only way that you can be successful and victorious, or like seemingly, is if you're completely burdened and you can't even get up from this. I'm assuming that's false. Okay. So how can they make this happen? How can they make their victory and success happen, considering this 10 of Wands? Well, for one thing, they're asking you to look at the fact that you have come through everything and you still stand tall and you still stand strong. So please remember that. What about if it's like a practical thing that they need to deal with, like a 3D thing? They did say something about freeing yourself again. Remember, I mentioned the Fool card. So if it is something in your 3D that you have to address or deal with the heaviness or obligations or whatever, with the Lovers card, I think maybe the first thing that you're doing is you're asking for help. I am not going to pretend that you guys don't have a heavy burden to carry here. There's like a heavy load on your shoulders in different ways. So I'm inclined to say that you are going to have to ask for divine help here. I'm not trying to say that it's going to be impossible, but you will have to, like, not to say you will have to, you will receive a miracle soon, very soon, in fact. If you're watching this when I'm posting it, in July, something could shift for you. Possibly August for some of you as well. But if you're not watching it when I'm posting it, it could, again, it's just soon. That's all they're saying. Your angel could come through and just, like, literally, like, just magically make something work in your favor. Or, like, I can't explain it, my friends. Like, I can't explain. That's how it works. That's how magic happens. That's how energy can work. The divine intervenes, and it's great. I love it. I have seen it. Trust me, it's not impossible. And miracles happen every day. So that's part of what I'm seeing here. Now, the next piece of what I'm seeing here in a more practical sense is that you're going to have to talk to somebody about this. You're going to have a conversation with someone, whether it's like, I don't know, like someone in your personal life that it would be relevant to them, someone in your, obviously your work life. Maybe it's like you have to talk to one of your colleagues, your bosses, whatever. And all you're doing here is you're just being honest. You're being reasonable, honest, and, you know, thoughtful, considerate of either your current ideas or your current feelings about the situation and your direction moving forward. That's solid. You know, that's a solid practical piece of advice. But again, I feel like it's both. Like it's that and working with your guides closely and your angels closely. So any other final messages of advice for their career, group 4? So yeah, we do have intuition here. We do have some psychic download unfolding, lots of psychic power as well. Some of you needed to hear this. Something doesn't feel right in your intuition with the 5 of Wands. This is not for all of you. This is maybe 20% of you or so, maybe 20 to 30%. Please follow your intuition. If you feel off right now, and even sick right now, or just weird, something is going off in your intuition. Something doesn't feel right. And for you guys in group 4, I did not do this for the other groups, but they're telling me to do this. Let's get a few more worded messages. But yeah, if you don't feel right at the current time, if you really feel terrible energetically, especially like if you feel depressed about something, like I'm not sure what, it's because something is off in your intuition. There is a conflict within your inner intuition. So you may need to really tune in and trust that intuition and listen to it. Okay? Oh my God, that was... I'm sorry. It's just that even after all this time, even I still get weirded out by this. You got double conflict card. Okay, that definitely freaked me out. That definitely did. Bottom of the deck, I have here time to move on for some of you who needed to hear that, which makes sense because you got this card, okay? Please go with your intuition. You don't have to take my word for it. You don't have to listen to me or anybody. You guys already know. You already know if it's time to move on from something, whether it's a situation or a place or even a connection that didn't fit, whatever the case is, okay? You already know. So going back to this, it even has the same word on it, because these have whatever words I felt like putting on. It has the same word, conflict. I can't necessarily tell a person something that they're not aware of yet, because if I do, like, you know that phrase, you don't know what you don't know? Just trust within yourself and I would say your guides, because whatever this is going to make itself clear to you really, really soon. And if you're open to it, if as I'm saying this, you are open to it, it'll come to you and it'll have perfect blooming clarity in your head. If you're not open to it though, unfortunately, you're probably going to remain blocked for a little while. Is there anything else that they need to hear with regard to this? Well, you're going to heal, I think, most of you, if not all of you. You're going to heal because, you know, why would you want to stay in this state of conflict and, like, disarray? You know, the body and our energy, our soul, it tells us when something's not right. But sometimes it doesn't tell us with words. Sometimes it tells us by making us feel terrible about, like, whatever. I don't mean to laugh at that, but it's just like, gosh, I wish it were easier. So yeah, you're going to heal. You're going to balance from this. Any other final messages of advice for their career? Thank you. Oh, that's really nice. That's really, really nice. So you have here the, sun on the bottom. That's happiness and joy, brightness. So final cards. We have the 9 of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. This is so freaking refreshing, excuse me, because I felt a burst of energy, fresh, cleanse, wonderful breath of fresh air. I can breathe again. This is you probably within your clarity and within your potential, or rather I should say, this is the clarity that you'll get of your potential within your career. So I'm not exactly sure the specifics of where you're headed because it's up to you in a lot of ways. But we're seeing here that freedom. We're seeing financial stability and security and feeling good where you are. It is possible. You're going to find where you belong. Oh man, I'm so excited. Please let me know. Like I said, you can't leave me hanging. You have to tell me what is going on here. This is going to be a result of your healing as well. It's going to reflect that. So meaning to say, the more that you're healing within your own energy, coming into center and balance, your intuition, your outer world will be reflecting that in so many wonderful ways. It's so like your situation is going to form around you and what feels right to you. I love that. Okay, so your potential is still pretty much growing and growing and growing. It's not going to stop unless you block yourself, I guess. So just keep going. Follow the signs. Follow your guides. You have many, actually, that are coming through here. So as a follow-up, pick a card if you'd like. You can go check out any of my other past readings, whatever one calls to you. I have specific ones for what signs you'll receive, but you don't necessarily have to watch that one. So group 4, I will leave it there. I'm really excited for what's coming to you. So again, if you want, you can comment below, let me know what's going on. If you want a personal reading through my Calendly platform, it's below. If you want a reading through Keen, which I just got on that website it's for calling in for psychics and chat, I'll leave that info as well. Thank you guys so very much. Sending you blessings and good luck with everything. I will see you next time, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.